Yo, what is up, brother pluckers? Welcome back to another episode of my Trap Podcast. Yeah, this is a weird intro. Just quick story. For whatever reason, the intro for when me and the conversation with Fish the Clown and Art began, it just erased from both of my things, from my USB and from the camera, the little SD card. So there's no intro on it, but you didn't miss much. We did start it with X-Men, and then it's like a joke the whole way through, where we just keep bringing up X-Men and how much Fish loves X-Men. So that's the joke on it. We do talk about a lot of other different things, you know, drag, where Fish got his name, where, like, you know, like when he has performed, different experiences. So we do have very good conversation. We do talk X-Men too for a bit, but stay tuned. Just keep watching, and we're gonna start it off right now, right into just in the middle of a conversation, and hope you enjoy it. We'll see you next time. Remember, go follow Fish the Clown. This is where it starts. Later.
Stuff it's like, and we haven't even gotten down until
I only have 244. Which, I mean, in 2 years, I'm like, yeah, that's not bad.
Subscribe to this man.
Right. And then I have like some videos that I have there in files, and I just don't edit them because I get lonely. No, not get lonely. I get lonely. I get not bored, but you get busy. You know, you have to go to work, and like I have to feed my dog. I'm just kidding. Like, you know, you just I have
before
like
that,
stuff, right?
I gotta go take a shower.
Right, I gotta like eat something. I gotta take some milk thistle.
I hate it because also when you're editing, you can't be like listening to other shit.
Yeah.
So like usually when you're doing like let's say a painting or whatever, you can listen to music, but like with editing, you have to be listening to the stupid show.
And then you get kind of sick of yourself watching yourself over and over.
No,
I don't. That's like the best.
I don't.
You're just like zooming into your face.
Right? Sometimes I edit just to look at myself, and then I don't even save it.
You know how you can put in that? Is it in Premiere where you can put that fucking one that follows your face?
That's on my new. I like that.
Just follow.
I'm like, give me the name of that one so I can do that whole video based on that.
Why is he moving his face so much? But I wanted to talk about, because like I always tell the witch, and I always tell Tara that we're gonna talk about like some drag shows, because I do see that you actually like but like you put a lot of the drag shows out there. Like I did see that you put the La Más Draga, Dragula. I only saw Dragula the first season, and I thought it was so shitty. And they tell me like, bro, move on.
It's gotten so much better, and like it's really juicy too.
Yeah.
But I did like how they like kind of torture them.
Yeah,
and I was like, that's fucking awesome.
You know what? In this season, the 4th season, the tortures aren't that bad
so far,
but that's cool. Yeah. First and foremost, like I'm a drag fan, you know.
Yeah.
So I think that's what even wanted me to start doing this. I was like, I'm a drag fan. Like, how can I? Like, I've always been an artist. I always painted, did all this, and I love drag. So I was like, how can I combine the two? You know?
Well, kind of like drag is perfect because it's like you're combining like your love of art, and then you're putting yourself out there too, and your personality. So instead of just showing a painting like, oh look, this I was thinking about this, it's more like I can show you what I was fucking thinking.
And then at least now drag isn't so like black and white. You don't have to be a certain like. I think me and Tara, you know, we're very like out of the box. So like now, especially is the best time for our type of drag, and it's not always like accepted with open arms, but we do what we want. And
I mean, I feel here in El Paso, I think that we have a good, not like, you know, like in other places over there where they're like people hate it and stuff. Here, I think it's really, you know, like a lot of shows get sold out.
Yeah, they just like appreciate it a lot here.
I have gone only to see, who was it? It was Kimchi. Was the only one that I went to see. Usually I just let my wife go and have fun, because usually I feel like I'm super blind, so I have to be like standing in one spot and just like see the show basically, and I can't fucking move from there.
Kimchi has to be like right here, dude.
Almost basically. So I did go to see her because we are fans of RuPaul's Drag Race. Maybe not so much of like how it's going, but we do love the artist.
The artistry. Yeah.
So you do see even the change in drag from like season 1 all the way to the seasons now, where like I don't know if you guys remember, but like where it was kind of like frowned upon to be trans, and then now it's they're almost like we're almost like they're gonna fucking win just because they want to show that they're like super...
they just crowned their first trans winner too.
So and like the show, RuPaul has its faults, like it's not 100%, you know, but it's getting better. It could do a little better. So
I think RuPaul is learning too.
Yeah. She's an older queen.
She's old as shit.
I know. I would hope. But I hope she's learning, you know.
But I think that she is, because you do hear a lot of those horror stories from behind the scenes.
Yeah. Even like it shocks me that there's still horror stories like that. We were listening to something about a season. I don't know how true this is, but I don't think she's lying. One of the contestants said that they filmed a season in the UK in 10 days.
The hell?
Imagine how hard that is. One time I had 3 shows in 3 days, and that was torture on my skin. So I can't even imagine like how many episodes was it? 13 in 10 days, and that's ridiculous.
I think that they're probably be like filming back to back, maybe with like 1 day off or something.
Oh, that's terrible.
That fucking sucks, man.
Yeah, but
one time I played a show with 2 bands, the same show. So I just left the drum set there, and then like we just changed basically, and it was me again. Hey, what's up, guys? And I just have to like play it again, and that fucking sucks. You
change your mask around like that. You're like,
basically almost. It was like, isn't that the same guy? I was like,
you're like, hey, wait. They're like, his mask looks like somebody rubbed their makeup off, and it was me. And you're just like, and you're just turned around, and it's a different person.
Which I don't know if you know wrestling at all.
I've wrestled.
Okay, well, because I feel, because when I met my wife, I was kind of like, I'm gonna use this word, don't take it offensive, but like closeted in with the wrestling.
Right, you can like zoom in here, and I'm like.
Yeah, you thought I was gonna say something like, no. I would never say anything that bad. But no, I mean like I was kind of ashamed of like being a wrestling fan.
No, you were a closeted wrestling fan.
That's what I mean. So when my wife was like, no, I think it's cool or whatever, I was like, oh fuck it, other than that, putting it on TV and shit. But this is when like RuPaul's was kind of, I think it was like season 4. So, but that's when we started getting like into.
That's when it got big, yeah.
So that's when I found, and I don't know if you agree, but I found a lot of similarities with wrestling and with drag, because there's a real persona of the wrestler, there's a real persona of the drag queen. Then they go on stage and they're a different person, kind of like they go on the ring or on TV and they're a different person. They come up with like their ideas of artistry, whatever, they wear masks or if they just wear their attire. And it was like it's so alike. It's
definitely.
It's really fucking weird that like one of them is like super macho and they'll be like, because in Mexico especially, they were a little bit weirded out with like those things. You know how they did with Cassandro. And how they used to be like, it was kind of like being gay was like, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah, super homophobic.
Less masculine,
But now, like, Cassandro's a legend. You know?
And even now, like in WW, fill it in.
Whatever letter.
I don't even know what letter you're on.
Letter here.
WWF for fish. They have like more like openly like gay.
And they're wrestling with the other guys and stuff.
So there's like a real shift.
Which is like wrestling is already really gay.
Right? Because I'll watch it and I'm like, wait, straight dudes watch this? There's like spandex. And I'm like, okay.
But my wife is right about one thing, that heterosexual males like they'll say like a guy is hot, like my cousin for example. I'm gonna throw Dr. under the bus, but he loves like Ryan Reynolds and he's always like, fuck,
who doesn't?
I'll fucking like Ryan Reynolds, like what? Yeah, but like a lot of women don't. It's more of like a guy thing, like that they like.
Yeah,
because they usually say like when you work out, like when a guy works out, it's like they're trying to do it for other girls, but like other guys are the ones that notice, not the girls.
True. I mean, who doesn't love Ryan Reynolds?
That's true. I'm even in his phone company.
Like, he played Deadpool. It's like he played Deadpool and Deadpool was in X-Men. So I just, it goes back to that, my plug, my shame.
And have you noticed how Again. Have you noticed how I'm gonna reference now how Van Wilder's like super problematic, but nobody has fucking canceled him for that shit?
That's true. I saw that movie years ago. I haven't seen it since. Now you're gonna have all these people watching it, and now they're gonna come after our poor. Do you remember that movie or no?
Which one?
Van Wilder.
We'll watch it later, but it's like an old movie. I remember I saw that like.
Is that a Ryan Reynolds film?
Yeah. It was like maybe one of his first films, like more mainstream.
Yes. Because it was on TV and shit, but...
Yeah. Like I started with Waiting. That's the first time.
No, that was after.
Like I started with Deadpool 2. Right?
I started with the Pikachu
with Free Guys.
I started with the Free Guys. I like that.
Barely.
Wait, but going back to that, like my best friend Terry, hi. She loves wrestling, and sometimes like.
She does?
Yeah.
Bring her in here.
She's right. No, Terry, my friend Terry. Not Terry.
Okay, not Terry.
And she'll watch it, and I'm just like, man, this is so like. And I'm like, wait, you can't even say shit, dude. You're dressed as a clown and you dance for money. I was like, you can't. And I'm just like, no, it's like, I guess it's the theatrics too. You know, it's so we love the theatrics.
It's a fucking novela for guys.
Yeah, it really is.
It basically is, and I'm like full on like to admit it and shit. I have fallen off of it because of Vince McMahon, because that fool is.
He's one in like the suit, right?
But he's fucking crazy. Yeah, he's the owner. But he takes
still
control. Yeah, he takes control over these wrestlers, and then when he doesn't like something, he just basically like gets rid of them and shit. And you know, they're humans too and shit.
So he's like the RuPaul of WWE.
Basically. So that's why a lot of us sometimes we even don't like to say like we like RuPaul's Drag Race, because they think that we're saying like we like RuPaul completely.
Yeah.
But we're like, not really. But I do like sometimes the people that they have. Sometimes we hate the people that they have too. But it's more about like who's your favorite, you know, like when you start watching the season and stuff.
And it like opens you up to it opens up to artists you wouldn't have found on your own. Maybe.
Yeah.
You know, and it gives them a platform. And
well, look, one of the best examples I have is Eureka. So for me, Eureka, I liked her. But she was a little like too much when she came out. So it was a little too much, and we were like, what the hell's wrong with her? She was kind of like too much.
Borderline.
Yeah.
But like, then when she got kicked out for her injury or whatever, she did a show on HBO.
We're here.
And
that show's amazing.
I fucking love that show.
Yeah, you really fall in love with it there.
And that's where I was like, Eureka is like amazing.
And then it gives you like even a different side of drag. You know that it's not like catty as it is on the show. It makes everybody look much more human. And then it's like, I love how like I'm all about drag, and I love how they're like, we're gonna go to this town and we're gonna throw a drag show, and it fixes, like helps whatever problem these individuals are going through. So I'm just like, damn.
Well, like these like Christian communities or whatever. You're like
Bible Belt communities.
And I do love after that, like when we were rooting for her in the last, you know, when she was, we're like, because usually we're like, if this one wins, I kind of be mad, but if this one, I'll be okay with that. And Eureka was like, nah, we'll be pretty happy if she wins. So she did pretty good, and I think she did tone it down a lot.
I think once you see yourself on TV, maybe you're just like, you know what?
Maybe.
I gotta like life changes.
I don't know about life changes, but you know, you just want to, you know, you see yourself and you're like, ooh, I'm not gonna do that.
Maybe.
So like right now, I'm making sure I'm standing up straight, because I'm sitting up straight because I see myself on other stuff and I sort of slip.
I'm always like this.
I gotta
when I met you, you used to walk with your like chest out. Like,
I'm like Larry King.
I'm fucking old. I'm fucking old now. You met me when I was like 20 something.
Wait, if you fast forward this video, you just see me like this, and you guys see you up and down, and I'm just like,
yeah, we're like.
Start slouching.
Right, it's just like.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember to stand up straight.
It'll be cool if, like, by the end of the show, you don't have makeup.
Right, it's like on his face or your face, and it's just like.
We just changed.
Has she been to El Paso, Eureka?
Eureka? I think she has probably touched.
Yeah. I think she has. There's a lot of so I'm gonna put you on the spot, but who's your favorite?
Who's my favorite drag?
You look like you already know.
I mean, who would you say?
Who would I say is your favorite?
No, who would you say? You don't talk to me. You know what? I think I lean more to the Dragula queens now. Oh, there's this one. Okay, I know who it is. Her name is Vander Von Odd. Vander Von Odd, and then there's another one called Abora. And they're just like so. I think I see a lot of me in them, because one of them is really artsy fartsy, and the other one's like a cartoon. and it's very like they're both very I don't know, they're just super
And they're in
alternative.
Dragula?
They're both Vander won the first season. Oh, spoiler alert.
Okay.
I don't know if you finished it.
That's fine.
And then Abora was on season 3, like top 4.
Okay.
And they've both been to El Paso, and I just their drag style. I'm just like I don't know, I'm obsessed with.
I just
Very
need to check it
inspiring.
out because we did go. Well, when there was no RuPaul Drag Race, we went to Dragula, but it was like the first season, and we're like, this looks like shit. Like not the artists, but like the show just
The
looked
production,
like shit.
Which
Yeah.
even in itself is like a testament to them. It's like they're artists and they started from like the
From
bottom and like we're gonna
basically
make this
nothing.
show and our
And that's how
cameras suck.
RuPaul's was.
Yeah, remember that the first season.
It was like it just looked like curtains and shit.
You know what? Watch season 2
Yeah.
and 3, and then we'll be back and we'll talk about season 2.
Let's do it right now.
We put it.
So who's your favorite? You didn't say.
I think the one that just instantly comes to mind is Yovska from
Oh, yeah.
Dragula season 3, and she's like, I don't know, I guess I like it because it's very like weird and dreamlike and nightmare-like, and she wears like masks and stuff, and she makes all her outfits, and they just look like crazy. I don't know. I really like her creativity.
I was like, I need
See,
now.
if
I
I
need
know-
to watch regular.
Look, I hate to admit this, but I didn't know you were the one with the mask. So I hate to admit that. You know, it's because like with social media, sometimes you don't know who's who. There's some people I hate to admit this to that I don't know their name and I know them by their handle.
So
on
now you're
Instagram.
putting it like on the. Oh, I'm putting it. Also, it's this show.
Right? No, it's like the mask. I'm like, damn, I wish I had worn a mask too. You know, it would have been the theme.
We can do it at another time.
Another one.
Maybe
I'll have-
we'll have Terror and the Witcher.
We'll all wear masks.
Yeah, fuck it. And I don't know how comfortable it
Right, we're all- No,
I
but
can't
yeah,
breathe, guys.
the one he said, Yoska, she's a good.
So I need to watch Dragula now because both of yours are like fucking from Dragula. Now I feel like I've only watched RuPaul.
Yeah, not to like shade RuPaul or anything, but I feel like I like Dragula and La Más Draga, like those are the most exciting shows for me drag-wise right now.
Is it maybe because they're a little bit more indie?
That probably has a lot to do with it.
Yeah.
And then I
Instead
think
of like so mainstream, you know, like
Yeah, and there's like a billion RuPaul seasons
yes,
now.
stand-ups and UK and fucking
UK, Italy, Spain,
there's UK. I think we would
Thailand,
watch
and
every episode as it came out, and we couldn't catch up because there was UK, there's France, Italy,
Australia.
we watched like 8
Australia.
seasons in one
Isn't
year.
it
last
funny
year.
how like the girls in UK, the ones in UK, they're all nice to each other.
Yeah.
Over here in America, they're all like
Yeah.
being all shady and shit.
Yeah.
Like, get the fuck, I'm gonna kill you.
Well, like watch interviews, and sometimes it'll be like they ask us to ask questions to instigate. Like it's all scripted.
Yeah, the producers apparently like ask you to make
Just
fun
like
of
this, he
it. Yeah.
tells me what to say. Like, what am I gonna say next? I'm not just kidding.
Or like you said, like that you have a gun behind.
Right, I have the gun that I'm like, sorry, this.
Well, because my favorite ever is Alyssa Edwards.
Oh, she's fierce.
I fucking love her.
She's a performer too.
Yeah,
We
She's
did
so-
see her
fucking
show.
hard, yeah.
So we
Did you see her show with the kids?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did.
What's it called?
I fucking forgot. It's something.
He was a fan, but he doesn't
No,
know the
Dancing
show.
It was no. It was a long time ago. Because they didn't make more.
Dancing Queen
It was it?
on Netflix.
Yeah.
Dancing Queen.
Yeah.
It is? Okay. I was like, okay. All right. My wife is the one that started watching it. And it's like, look, it's your favorite. And I was like, oh shit. And then we just because we even watched the RuPaul the show the actual like that series or whatever.
All Stars.
No,
The one she was on?
Yeah.
Oh,
with
Aja,
season
AJ
5?
and the Queen.
AJ and the
Oh, on AJ.
But I was like, this is fucking cheesy, man.
It was a little.
But that's how it is, though.
Yeah.
Corny but cute.
Yeah, that like
It's like a feel-good show.
we still watched it, and I was like, holy shit, she's fucking old. Because we could see, how old she was without her makeup. Oh my god, she looks so old.
See, that's why you shouldn't fix your pictures up so much, so you're closer to what you look like in person.
I love that though. Like I do love seeing how like they are like really and
Yeah.
stuff. And I do like when you're watching like the show live. Once how like Twitter and like Instagram, and then they just start making memes and
Yeah.
something weird happens.
Yeah.
Like the whole her wearing that face mask or whatever.
Oh yeah.
How
Oh,
that
yeah.
shit was like so memed everywhere.
Yeah, and right now the thing's going around about the shitty ornament. The RuPaul ornament.
I'm
I
telling
can't
you.
see a difference between an ornament and RuPaul. So I'm like, what are y'all getting mad about, RuPaul?
But I love that shit. Like that's what I love about those kinds of shows that like we'll be
Yeah.
able to talk about it. Like everybody's laughing about it and like all that shit. So I do love all those things. I haven't been to a show in a while. I would say the last show that I went to, it was at Epic. But that was like a, you know,
like in
a
2009.
local. No, it was like a local fucking. That was maybe like 3 years ago. That's 2009. I did used to perform. We used to perform because we used to have bands there. Well, at Epic they still do, but Lips too.
Yeah.
And
I never went to Lips. I don't know what that is.
Well, Lips was like a lesbian bar. It was super obviously a lesbian bar.
It's the one on the side, right? Like,
It was Epic.
It was epic. Yeah,
it was just called Lips.
M's Lips Lounge, yeah.
I was like, what?
Yeah, it's exactly that. They just remodeled it and then changed the sign outside.
Yeah, basically like where that exit is, that's where the punk bands would play.
Yeah, I used to fucking love.
That is so punk rock. That it's now a drag.
Well, and there used to be on the next underneath on the underground. It was called something.
Speakeasy.
What was it? Was it the Hideaway? But it was right underneath. You know,
not under Lips, right?
No, it was
a speakeasy.
You know how there's $2 and then there was like a
Hush
$2,
bar.
8.5, and then it's underground.
Yeah,
there was
before it was 8.5. I think it was Hush, and then under Hush was the underground. I think
yeah,
it was
the underground.
It was called the
I
underground.
think it was. Well, I played there, but it was always so funny because when we finished playing shows, we would get fucking like drunk and shit. But we were there at the gay bars, so I mean, we didn't fucking care. It's always been like, I feel here in El Paso, it's never been like that much of a problem. But we would always be fucking drinking. I would always be kidding around with my friends because like one of my friends is like super metal, and he was like, hey, let's go get a fucking shot because there's like specials over there at the toolbox. And I'm like, alright, let's fucking do it. Like dollar shots or whatever. Let's fucking go. And then when we're walking in, I grab his hand, and he just gets all like, "Stop doing that shit!" I was like, "Dude, it's fucking fine." I was like, "Just grab my hand." It's like, "No, I'm not fucking."
You don't want shots no more.
But I'm always like, "Dude, who the fucking cares?"
Yeah.
Like, because even if you are or whatever, and you don't like somebody, you're just gonna say like, "Hey, bro, like, we're not, you know, we're gonna go out." But I do love, I love that. Like, I love the how it was there. You know, like that it was so free and shit, like you know.
The vibe was crazy back then.
I mean, I've always loved the gay community and how open you know you guys are to artistry, to all this.
And specifically that street, I love going there. I love going out, you know, because it's like so. I go like this and nobody bats an eye. You know? I mean, people bat an eye, but like it's more welcoming, you know, than other events I've done.
Yeah, you don't feel like you're gonna get jumped for it.
I've always said like come on, like everybody, not just like gay people, but like trans people, you know, fucking. If we want to go into race, like black people, and like you know, we're all humans, and we all have our different likes and dislikes, and why do we have to like fucking, you know, like because we don't like something, why do we have to like attack it?
Yeah, people are people.
That's why I liked X-Men, because they had they had a
bringing it back.
They
no, because you know the whole social commentary of that shit.
Yeah, exactly. You're gonna title this episode X-Men.
It is. It's actually that's what it is. Like that like they were being kind of like shunned because they're different.
Yeah, and it was an allegory for
anything that you want.
Anything.
For being a Mexican, for being. We need to put a wall around those X-Men. It's like,
we're not being owned by Disney.
I know.
At the time.
But that's awesome. So when did you start exactly? Almost not exactly the day, but like kind of the year. Or...
what was the year? The first I got on stage for the first time. Thank you to Tara. She gave me a spot. It was that story. Rewind.
Now you have to like shout it out forever.
Rewind to whatever part of the video where I was telling that story. But what year was it?
I think it was 2015.
2015.
Mm-hmm.
So in 2015 is when it all started.
Fish the Clown was born on stage.
And how did you come up with Fish?
I like, well at the time, or I think I still am, I'm not sure. I only eat fish. I used to be a vegan back in the day, but now I'm a pescatarian. And I really like...
Oh, so that's where it all comes from.
I like the sea. I like the sea, you know, I like mermaids, I like... You know, like the sea, and then I was obsessed with clowns. So I was like, I thought I was being clever by saying Fish the Clown, but if you put it backwards, it's Clownfish, and that's Nemo. You know?
Nemo's a clown.
Owned by Disney, who also owns X-Men. No, I'm just kidding. So yeah,
going back to fucking X-Men.
And I know I wanted like an animal name, or I wanted some kind of name. I didn't want like a human name. So I was like, and I knew I was gonna be the clown, you know. So I was like, what am I gonna be? Bubbles the Clown, or Mantequilla the clown. You know, I was thinking of all these Fibra the clown. I was thinking of all these and I was like, you know what? Oh, you know, because at first I think it was gonna be clown backwards, Yolk, something like that. But nobody could remember it, and everybody thinks you think about eggs, Yolk, like yolk. So I had to scrap that, and so yeah, it ended up being Fish.
I mean, Fish is pretty memorable. Like, I mean, immediately when I saw you like the first time on Instagram or whatever it was, I don't remember if it was Instagram or Facebook, but
or a dream.
Or or like in the future,
or a deleted scene.
like X-Men,
on
like,
X-Men.
Days of Future Past.
Say that. Like, I was like, or a deleted scene on X-Men.
Like fucking connecting like fucking Xavier, like,
right?
He's gonna be my show, but he's not even invented yet. No, but now I lost my train of thought. No, the Fish. It's pretty original. We immediately knew, but I did ask, because I had asked, because we wanted to do just a drag, like, show where we talk about, like, you know, Dragula or whatever with Terror. And I did ask them, I was like, so what is Fish? Is he drag or is he just a clown? And, like, the witch was all like, I don't want to put him on the spot, but she was all like, I think he's just the clown.
You know what? And I honestly don't even know, because I see Fish as like genderless.
Doesn't matter though.
Know?
Yeah, like
I see him as a drag queen. You call him a drag king. You call him a drag king. You call him a drag performer.
Artist.
I think I say drag artist because then it's an umbrella term maybe, you know, and you can go into there. And like before, it's common now, and now there's more like drag clowns. And before, when I first started, like it wasn't as a common thing. So I was like, oh, maybe I'm a drag clown, and then now it's like more drag monster. So I like that term even more, and I think drag monster. Yeah. Drag artist, drag monster, because then it kind of
there's like no gender
like,
to it.
Yeah, there's no so I honestly
there's no box to it.
There's no box. There's no label. At least there's not that much of a label.
Well, now that because of how mainstream, you know, like drag has become too, like I feel like a lot of the more obscure drag queens have been, you know, like showing up and coming up and stuff, because you could even see it on RuPaul, like they started like straight up, you know, like being just girls to now like fucking artists that do all these crazy shit, and I'm like, holy shit.
And I think sometimes when I talk to people, they're like, oh, what do you do? And I'm like, oh, I'm a drag artist, and right away they think I'm gonna be more female presenting, and I show them and they're like, oh, okay, and they're like, you know, and they're kind of like, they're like, oh, that's drag too, and I'm like, yeah, it's like more alternative, like, you know, it's like, you know, and you're kind of like, that's even a conversation
it's
in
like
itself.
A weird one, but...
I'm like, yeah, it's like more alternative, it's like, you know, like, but it's still drag. It's like all drag is valid, you know. So
all drag is valid.
Yeah.
It's funny because then I'll tell people and they're like, oh, and like, do you wear big wigs and like do you wear a breastplate? You know, what do you do with your facial hair? And I'm like, oh, I don't wear a breastplate and my facial hair stays. And they're like, really? And then you show them pictures and they're like, oh wow, okay. And some people have never like been to a drag show or seen drag queen, so then their first introduction to that is me, and they're just like, oh wow, okay, you know, and it's funny. I love that.
You love that reaction?
Yeah.
You already break that mold.
And I'm always like, I'm a drag artist and I do drag shows, you know, and it's like very, very that, you know. Super proud of that to begin with, but first, like, I don't try to like scoot around the idea that I'm a drag, that I'm not a drag, you know, and like, oh, I'm this, I'm that, you know.
No, I feel like I've seen you grow from, you know, like, because from when I first saw you, I don't think you were doing shows yet.
Yeah, see, and I started in 2015, but honestly, show-wise, by myself, I started in early 2019.
Yeah,
that's when I started. It wasn't that long, so I think my character's been out for a while, but performing, it's barely going to be 2019, like 2 years? 2.5 years? I can't really... Like, I'm
19, 20, 21. So like 2.5 years.
Yeah.
You know, so like,
3 years, yeah.
They're messing with your fucking, like, an
And you know what? Honestly, it was a little harder, like, back then, like, clubs and just other artists weren't as open to the idea of, like, hey, Fish, you want to do this show? Like, now, I think now that I've put myself out a little more, and, like they see that it's a show, you know, it's a drag show.
Well, now that they see that you're, like, more serious about it,
yeah,
too.
And then Dragula, too, like, now that Dragula, so now, like, people see more alternative queens on RuPaul and Dragula, like, now it's a little more, like, they're not as scared, I don't know, you know what I mean?
Because I always see Dragula on Shudder, but I'm always like, oh man, I don't know. I remember that first season.
We're not sponsored by Dragula, okay? Like, we're over here, like, plugging Dragula.
It doesn't matter. If it's a cool thing, you know, it's a cool thing.
It is.
I was actually going to ask you, I don't know if you've seen This is kind of like an Inception moment. Shit, like with fucking. Have you seen?
I love Inception.
Is it Terrifier? Terrifier.
With
Art
Art
the
the
Clown?
Clown?
Yeah.
That's what I was like.
Like Art the Clown?
Yeah, that's what I was like. Fucking.
It's like Terrifier with Art the Clown? No, we haven't seen it.
No.
He's super iconic too, you know?
That fucking
that
movie.
character. I think even if you don't know the movie's name or the clown's name, you know that picture. And people know, oh, I've seen that. I've seen that.
But that fucking scene where he's like, just like this. Like not moving.
And honestly, I haven't seen
like,
and honestly, I haven't seen all of it. I know I've seen clips, but like from beginning to end, I haven't seen it all.
So have you seen the split in half?
Not that part.
Why not? That's like the best part.
It's like, we're gonna go watch it. We'll be right back.
Let me show you that clip only.
Right? And then you just hear the beginning of X-Men.
They have to censor it on YouTube.
Oh, did they really?
That part, yeah. It's fucking weird to me. Because it's like, it's fake, you know? Like, it's not like it's something real. Why does it matter on YouTube with like, it's practical effects?
Yeah, YouTube is weird. Like,
there's children on YouTube, you know. Just kidding.
Like,
yeah, do they give a fuck?
Yeah.
You know, it's like,
you know
stick
that
to YouTube kids. It's like,
there is children playing like Fortnite saying the F word and the fucking the N word, which why does that get past YouTube but not a fucking practical effect?
Yeah. No, yeah, like YouTube's
ridiculous, a fucking weird. It's a weird fucking.
It's just like Instagram. Instagram will censor certain artists,
exactly,
but not all artists, and it's just like you're lucky. I'm like, please don't like get the page down because I put a lot of work into it. You know, I would die.
That's what
I would.
Look, the first time that Tara sent me a clip, I told him like, send me one of your looks, and I wanted to put it like he does it, exactly like in his, just as a collab with us.
Yeah.
And when he sent me the clip, it had music by Cradle of Filth. And I was like, I wonder if I'm gonna get in fucking trouble for this shit. And yeah, immediately, like, his fucking clip was like, but I'm like, bro, like, what do you want me to put behind, you know, this person, this artist or whatever? Like, he's basically showing, the look was a Danny Filth look. So like, he's basically showing that why do we need to pay for this shit? Yeah, like, and I was like, it's stupid. And I told her, but I was like, you know, we just got demonetized, like, no problem, it's gonna be out. It doesn't really matter. But it fucking sucks that, like, if I like an artist, I want to, like, show it to the people, be like, this is the artist I like. Yeah. And they're like, oh, you're going to make money off of it? Nah, you can't. Like,
one time on Instagram, on a story, I put a video. It was on my story. And then I put a song that they provided. And then, like, 20 minutes later, it was flagged. And I was like, this song that you put is flagged in so many countries. And I was like, but that was the song you put. Like, I was like, so then I won't put any songs.
Now I just play royalty-free music, like, basically.
Yeah, we're doing royalty-free.
Oh yeah, we have a website. We go to those, and it takes me forever to find a good song.
Sometimes, yeah, it fucking sucks. They're like, fuck, this just fucking sucks. Like,
and then I'll sit there and I'm like, how about this? How about this?
And something starts like cool, and then like it changes to something like stupid, and I'm like, fuck. Like,
you think that'll ever change at YouTube or stuff like
it
that?
should, especially because artists like right now are struggling so much on making money, and they're not huge because there's no CD sales
anymore. Yeah,
you know? Like now it's Spotify. So maybe what the best way that they can do it is like if you put a song by the artist, maybe the algorithm get that you got that song and put the link on the Spotify in the bottom. Wouldn't that be fucking better? Like, oh shit, that song's cool.
Because they're not stopping people from stealing the music. Like, you can get it. Like, anybody can get the music. You know?
And we don't put the full, like, song. We can put, like, the clips of it or whatever. Or maybe, like, clip it in between so that it's not the full song. So that you can go and listen to the actual full song.
I think it's happened to where I post a video of my performance and it has a little clip from the movie. And it's quieter for that part. So Instagram picks up on it and they're like, you're demonetized in Argentina, you know?
Yeah, they do. They do.
Why
that
Argentina?
Shit. That's crazy.
They do that shit. I think it's whoever owns the license over there is like it's fucking it's stupid.
I'm like, I've never even been to Argentina.
I remember I was at Touch and I was like watching like a performance and I was shooting it like for my Instagram story and I was like, oh cool. And I posted it and then like a minute later it's like your story has been removed for this copyright of music. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, but you can on Instagram though, because I do drum covers. So on Instagram, I used to put the full cover with like the song behind it. I think I did Misery Business for Paramore, and they removed it. And I was like, "Are you fucking serious?" So I just like went into to appeal it, and I just put like drum cover, like not using it for, and they reposted it.
They allowed it.
Yeah, I'll put that now. I don't own the rights. I'm not from Argentina.
Well, you can't put. They say that it doesn't work if you
no?
put like I don't know the rights. But when they try to appeal it, since it's a computer that's picking up the copyright, it's not a person. So when you do the appeal, it's an actual person looking at like, oh okay, and then they'll do it.
Oh, okay.
But it depends, because it's so stupid. Like you're recording something on a live show. Yeah. It's not like somebody's gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna download the fucking shitty song from the. Yeah.
Bootleg for my story.
It's so stupid. Like I'm like, come on, guys, because they used to say too like 30 seconds or less. That's bullshit. Because I've had clips that are like 10 seconds and like fucking copyrighted. And sometimes like I don't want to go back to editing, so I just put like I just remove that part like from the clip. Yeah. It'll look weird, but I'm like fuck it.
And I'm afraid of that too. So in my videos, I try not to put anything because I'm like I'm not gonna go back.
I used to edit and then save the file and then upload it, but I would erase everything and I would upload it. So like if that shit happened, I didn't have the original files anymore, and I was like I can't re-edit. So now I immediately after I finish editing, I upload it like in private, and then once it says it's uploaded, I'm like, okay, I can delete now. Because it's a lot of fucking memory when it's like.
It is. It really is. Yeah.
I'm always like, fuck, another hard drive. And then I think about it, I was like, I should just delete everything because everything is on YouTube anyway. So unless YouTube fucking goes down and like just deletes everything.
You never know.
One day. Watch out.
Don't jinx it.
I'm on Disney owns the X-Men. You never know.
Oh god, I knew you were gonna bring up the X-Men. I was like, how is he gonna bring the X-Men?
If you don't know why, it's because I was playing the X-Men game on his arcade, so I think that's why. And look at the whole time. This is what I'm watching. I'm like,
you're just looking at the title screen. The fucking Juggernaut. And so maybe have you done a drag that's X-Men?
Inspired? No.
You could do Wolverine, man.
My favorite is Rogue and Nightcrawler, so I would want to do something.
But with the old school, like that yellow.
Yeah, the yellow and green and the brown.
And the red fucking.
And that's kind of, I don't know how I would do that, because they're just so iconic, those characters, that anything that would come off as maybe more cosplay, you know? Like, I could do some inspiration. I don't know. I've never even tried to.
But the visor, like fucking Cyclops and shit.
True. I did a Catwoman look, you know, but it was like my twist on it, so it was more.
So something like that, just a twist on it.
You're right. I'm gonna go do that.
Come in a wheelchair.
Right? And I'm bald and I'm like,
you just assume.
Stop.
Stop. I was like, I think this is more problematic.
You're like, oh, don't do that. And I'm like,
who's gonna...
Just put like a black bar here, like the entire thing.
I even shave my head, like my hair I shave it just to be like
a black bar, but you can show his mouth.
Like, now I'm pushing you around.
You're like, get out. You're not gonna.
You know what? Try to perform like that with
no.
And then by the end of it, you just get out.
Oh no. I'm like, oh no. I'm like,
trying to offend all the communities tonight.
You know you would go viral with that shit though.
In a bad way. I don't know if I could recover from that. You know, I don't know if I would want to.
They say that no publicity.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I don't know if you want that though. Like nowadays, you're getting canceled for the smallest of shit. So we're always like, should I edit that out?
Yeah, there's times where I'm like, you know what? I talk to him. I'm like, how does this like? Is this? Do you think it's bad? Like, there's some. Not that I've ever had that, but I'm just like, I always like double check. Like I write it out and then he pre-reads it and then he edits it. He's like, this is good.
Cause you know how that shit has happened, like in RuPaul's too, where they come out with like some fucking look or whatever, and then they're like,
or their
"The fuck are you doing?"
Yeah. More so the earlier episodes.
Yeah, the early episodes. Yeah.
Well, I think that maybe now they check all their fucking outfits before they do.
They literally check they check each outfit. Like, I'm like, they do. They literally will check all your outfits.
Cause I'm like, they used to do it, and I was like, oh, what the fuck is this? And then sometimes too, I don't know what the judges are gonna say. Sometimes the judges are like, oh, that's amazing, and I'm like, are you sure?
Yeah, the judges' critiques, like on the early ones too, are like kind of weird.
Like I feel like they're not even in the same room or some shit.
Because I think they told like the Tyra, like the first winner or second winner, I forgot. And it's like, why doesn't your voice change? Like, why don't you make like a woman's voice or something? It's like, yeah, it was so weird.
And then they brought that up again in like season 4.
They did?
With another one, and it's like, well.
What? Why would you?
And actually, people have asked me that. They're like, when you're in Fish, does your voice change? I'm like, no. So I'm wearing a lot of makeup. Like I don't even know. I don't gotta be doing stuff like that.
Because remember they used to do that shit too, where they say like, oh, you need to cinch or like, you know, put the pads on and stuff a lot. And who was it that was like, well, it's because I don't do that.
Was it a door?
No, it wasn't a door. It was somebody else.
I was cinching.
Yeah, well, that she wouldn't wear pants or anything, cause she was like fucking skinny already. Like she was like really tiny, and they told her like you need to wear fucking pants.
I don't know.
But I was like, I feel like that's like whatever, man. Like,
Yeah.
just take it as it is.
Just
But I don't pad, so I can't.
Like if you're a judge, like why would you tell them like, oh, you need to look more like a woman? Like if you're a judge, you could just be like, you know what? It's not me. I don't like it, so I'm not gonna pick you. You know, that's different than.
True.
Why aren't you a woman? You know?
Why don't you change your look that you built up that got you on the show?
Yeah.
To like succumb to our.
I do feel sometimes.
That always confuses me too.
Sometimes they're lazy. I do feel like the contestants, for example, like it'll just be like a dress and that's it.
Yeah. Well, yeah. That sometimes when it's like not.
That I feel like that's not. Even if she looks beautiful, it's like she didn't really do anything. Yeah. So that's where I'm like,
it's not super original. Yeah.
Like an X-Men. No.
Like an X-Men.
Oh, Jean Grey would never pad, eh?
Rogue doesn't even touch anybody. He fucking die.
She always has gloves. Like, what's up with that?
You need to take the gloves off for like a.
She got big hair though. Like she had that big like Dolly Parton hair.
Huge,
you know,
with the fucking stripe.
Yeah, that was cool. That was cool.
Not in the movies. Did in the movies?
No, not really.
She started getting the stripe, but that's
yeah.
I was like how they start, like, they always like when it was a cartoon and it's a movie. In the movies they start like turning into the cartoons.
Yeah, it's like,
like what's happening here?
They're trying to find some like plot to make it make sense.
Oh, the only one that's not there that used to be everybody's favorite too was Jubilee.
Oh,
Jubilee.
What the fuck? I mean, she just fucking shoots cohetes.
But you know what? That wouldn't make sense. Like, I think they would need to alter her powers because she throws fireworks. You know?
Dude, that's what I'm
Unless
saying.
it's July 4th, like we don't.
Yeah,
Cinco de Mayo and shit.
Because I mean, I used to love like Jubilee as a kid, right?
Yeah,
and then like and then like I think we watched like some YouTube videos about like Jubilee and how she was like the most useless X-Men and all this stuff, and they turned her into a vampire and still nobody liked her.
And she had a baby.
And I was like, what the hell? Jubilee was fucking awesome, but yeah, I don't know.
I used to love
in the cartoon it made sense, but it really didn't.
Well, I used to love Jubilee because she was like representing us, like the young people that were watching.
Yeah,
she was a young one.
She
was the one that was cool with her like goggles here and like her arms like fucking rolled up and shit. Yeah. So it was like always like, yeah, like I want to be like her. And it was almost never like the older ones because they were kind of like the assholes being like, you're just young and shit.
You're too young.
And now we're the old ones.
now we're like, oh, okay, that's why they were saying that.
Wishing we had our young one.
I hate Jubilee. The Jubilee was like Gen Z and shit.
And I mean, she would come out in the movies. I don't know.
You suck, bro.
You suck, bro.
Do you remember her in the movies though? Like she had real small parts. The power never actually came out. Yeah, she came out in each movie, like the first 3.
Oh fuck! Really? I don't even remember.
In the first one.
Because I think I remember her like in the newer. Like,
when Logan comes into the room, she walks out with all the kids, and then in the second one, there's a deleted scene where she's seeing all the mutation stuff, and like you could see like electricity starting to come out.
If it was me doing the fucking show, she'd be like in the background. She would fart like in a fucking like fireworks. What happened?
And I even hated her power in the show. Like it looked very like it was kind of like on your eyes. It was like see-through like coloring. And it was kind of weird. And it was like, what is it doing?
Because my favorite was always Gambit. I always loved Gambit.
Cool.
Gambit was like, oh shit, he's kind of like, I know he throws cards and shit, but
he did it with style.
Why is he throwing rocks or some shit? You know something?
And then he was hot too, so that helped.
It's like everyone's like, oh shit, he was like, because you had the fucking that mask.
Yeah,
the mask with the black eyes with the red iris.
The Raven mask. Basically, he's just missing the fucking.
Yeah. I don't know if you noticed his gloves. They were missing this one and this one.
The fingers.
Like it was for the so like he could put the power.
That was so like fashion. I was like, damn, that's cool.
Because anything he grabs, he could charge up and. So that's why he could be with Rogue. Remember, that's why they were like together. He'd be like, but then Rogue was all in love with fucking Wolverine and shit.
And even drama. When she touched him, like she started, so like it wasn't even
Well,
kissing everyone.
wasn't it that like Wolverine could be with her because Wolverine fucking like fucking
Heals.
just heals and stuff?
Sure,
Well, no, Rogue and Gambit were together in that episode where they go to the island where their powers get turned off. So they were able to be there together and they would like make out.
I like how we totally just turned
Right? Wait, this is about me. Get back to me. That's like no more X-Men.
You do love X-Men, I mean,
Right, first
come
of
on.
all, what X-Men look are you gonna do?
It is. We're trying to inspire you.
I'm all like, no. And we're like, yeah, in episode 42, like, they just wait, going back, one more X-Men. They're gonna do the X-Men 97 on Disney Plus, where it starts where the series ended, the cartoon.
Oh,
So
okay.
they're gonna do that. It's gonna be called X-Men 97,
That's a new show. not
and it's a
just
cartoon. It comes out in 2023.
Is it gonna have the same fucking theme song? Cause then I don't know.
I hope.
Algorithm. Boom, copyrighted.
Yeah, I know. Just because you fucking like now the whole show is down. Like, hey, I don't have a YouTube anymore.
Thanks so long, you idiot. He's like, I had to sell my arcade.
I have to tell the Elvira.
I have to get a refund on that.
Get a refund.
I sold it on eBay.
Cause like for whatever reason, like fucking Disney just like exploded my camera. No talking about. Stupid. I mean, Deadpool should be more in there too. I know that Deadpool's kind of like not
A
in the
little more
same
adult.
thing, but
Yeah.
I heard that they're gonna keep Deadpool like as the adult series, but not. There's even a special like
Keep him under
channel
Fox.
for it on Disney Plus. I don't know if that's true. Like it's more adult. I don't know. Like
there's a PG-13 on Deadpool too. There is.
oh, there is.
Yeah.
Oh.
They just removed like all the, and they like, I guess like Ryan Reynolds just re-recorded everything like a little bit more.
Cleaned it up a little. Boo.
Juggernaut comes out in that one now.
I mean, I like Juggernaut in the other movies because he's so dumb.
Oh no, I hated that.
I'm Juggernaut, bitch!
That
Oh,
was
with the
terrible.
big rocks on it? Yeah.
That was terrible.
With Elliot
You didn't
Page.
like that one, actually.
No, I don't like X3.
I don't like any of those.
I'm like, well, I'm not gonna talk about X3. I'm leaving.
You're like, no, you crossed the line. We crossed the
I'm like,
line.
you crossed the line there. I'm not talking about
The
X3.
fucking movie. Come on, but like fucking, what was it? The First Class.
No, that one's.
I always thought that the one after that was gonna be First Class, Second Period.
Wait, the sequel to that, Days of Future Past, that one was amazing. That
They're
was
all pretty good. All those new ones.
Yeah.
What's
not
his name?
Apocalypse.
Joe Michael. What? What's his name?
Who?
Fucking Professor X.
James McAvoy?
Oh,
James McAvoy said another day.
Yeah, Joe something.
Yeah.
Joe Dirt.
James. He's really good. I fucking
good.
love that guy, man. Like he's he's really short, but he's.
Is it really short, really?
Yeah, he's
Oh,
really
Think
short.
about this time.
He's about the size of the Elvira doll.
Although I do hear like when they say like Tom Cruise is like super short and like they have to do
Yeah.
like a box and shit, but he's like 5'6" I think or something like it's not that short.
The guy that did Bane was also short.
Chuck Norris is actually really short.
Venom? What's his name?
Tom Hardy.
Yeah,
Tom
they
Hardy.
say he's really short.
Yeah, I mean I believe it. He doesn't look huge.
No.
So he does.
I think everybody on TV just looks huge to me. I'm like, damn.
Well, and they
that's
put the fucking boxes and shit so that when they're next to like, cause usually the two of the girls are like 6 some shit, and they're fucking huge, and the guys are like fucking little guys.
I wear these big shoes too, so when people see me without them,
Yeah, that's what I was saying in the
you're
unboxing.
Shorter than I was like, well, I'm not wearing those huge shoes.
You don't say it. Just fucking
Right,
own it, man.
I mean, yes. I'm like, no,
Just
you're
run
tall
with it.
too. That's why you think that.
Just be like looking down, like, what's up?
Hey, look,
We're talking about X-Men over there,
right?
Fucking, you see, you're already like Wolverine-ish.
Or is that Sabretooth? Or
This
is
would be more.
that-
Sabretooth.
This would be more like Spike. That
Lady
from X-Men
Deathstroke.
Evolution. You
Lady
make the bone
Death.
come up. Marrow, I think his name was Marrow at one point. You make the bone come
No,
up.
that's right.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, nah.
Don't try to school me on X-Men.
No.
We could keep going for like the whole.
We're gonna go for it.
Oh, what was the question before
I
that?
don't even remember. We were.
I forgot.
Oh no, yeah, we were talking about maybe you making a.
Oh, it looked like that, yeah. But no,
Making a look.
to answer your question, no, I haven't done a look.
That was the longest response.
To answer your question, Disney.
I
No,
did tell people because people are like, what are we gonna talk about? Like when you were asking me, I'm like, it doesn't matter. Just come in.
True.
We're gonna talk.
Did I think it was gonna be X-Men related? No. Did I think there was gonna be an arcade? No. Am I glad?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're already looking at it.
Right, I was just like,
that's why you're fidgeting.
Right, I'm like, I'm all practicing my.
You're like, how is that power? How's the fucking? Because I don't remember in Juarez, but like the superpower they call it quinto, because it's the fifth power. So it was always the quinto for King of Fighters. So they always had 4 powers, and then the one is the quinto. So they'd be like, quinto. And I was like,
No, when I would play, I was telling you, I played in Juarez that game a couple times, and they would always kick my ass, dude. The kids there, they had their little uniform, and they're like,
traumados.
and I was just like, damn, they kicked my ass.
Did you ever play Rival School?
No,
I used to love that fucking game. It was like a 3D like Street Fighter, but it was between schools, so you would pick like 3. But like there was a school that had like a baseball player, a soccer player, and then the cheerleader. But those were their powers. So like the baseball player would throw the fucking ball and shit. It was cool. That was, and Sakura came from there, from Street Fighter. That's why she's wearing a school fucking attire. She's from Rival Schools.
I'm gonna look that up. You know which one I used to love? It was like Beast something, and they would turn into an animal.
Altered Beast or no? It was a fighting game.
Wild Roar or something like that. And you're like fighting, and then you'd get your power, and then like this little schoolgirl would turn into a rabbit, and she'd be like a rabbit.
Because there's animals. There's Guilty Gear. There's Darkstalkers. What are the other ones? Because there's a shitload on this one. This one has 1,000.
Damn.
That one has like way more than 1,000. That one probably has like I would say like 8,000. But that one has Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Atari. It has arcade. This one is just arcade straight. But yeah, we built this one.
That's pretty cool.
Because we were bored.
We built the whole arcade because we were bored. You know?
We were fucking bored. No, but I've always, since I was a kid, I was always like, I want an arcade machine. And when I got this shit, because this is basically where all the games are in Wisconsin.
Oh, really?
I was like, so it connects to a TV. I was like, why don't we just build the fucking machine around it? So basically, the lights are connected to the USB of the TV. So when the TV's on, it turns on the lights.
Hey, tomorrow it's missing. You're like, hey, did you see it? I'm like, nope.
I'm gonna hear you if you fucking take it, because it's huge. Thank you for making me like
send me in
make sure that everything's like extra locked and shit.
You're all like,
and then you're already telling me who's it gonna be.
Get him now.
Do it.
Well, where's my knife?
I know, the fucking knife. Shit. I shouldn't have fucking given you it. Now you can't find it. It's like, where is it?
Oh, I see it.
But that one friend of a guest of the show that has been here, DM Designs here, he's the actual one that made our logo. He's the one that designed that arcade because I did wanted it as Jason from the Nintendo. So okay. That's why it's called a Slasher Arcade or whatever.
Slasher Arcade.
And it does have that game in there, and it's shitty as hell, but I still love it. So, but that one, and then this one is just a Star Wars. I just always wanted a Star Wars arcade.
That's cool. Wow, dreams come true, man.
This one is really smart, though. I like that.
That's really cool.
That's very.
Yeah, everybody just, and it has a surround sound on the. But
I was noticing it.
I put the fucking volume down. You're like, I want to hear this.
I want to hear my ass getting kicked.
But yeah, Storm. Why don't you do like a Storm? You know, like fucking all silver and shit.
I'd probably do Rogue.
You're like, I fucking hate Storm.
No, I love Storm. She's actually one of my favorites too.
Do you like Halle Berry or something?
I guess she was okay.
Angela Bassett would have been better, but
supposedly Angela Bassett was supposed to get it, but because of scheduling, she couldn't.
It was like in Tomb Raider, you know how Lara Croft was an Angelina Jolie. It's like I never saw Lara Croft as that. I always saw Tia Carrera. Carrera is the thing where you could like get her naked on the game.
That's right. That's like some code.
That you have to like jump like some shit and like she'd be naked. And I was always thinking like, why would we want to see fucking like these cones?
They're like square.
So it's like the uniboob, and it's just like
right. It's just one. And it's like, what do you get out of that? But I mean, I guess that was good for the time.
It wasn't like, I mean, there was Playboys already.
I mean, for the people playing it, I don't know.
These kids were desperate.
I did it. I was trying to do it because it wasn't true, but I was trying to do it, and I remember like middle of my fucking thoughts being like, why would I want to fucking see see this shit.
Why I tried so
Like,
hard?
I could literally just go to, like, my dad's fucking, like, the library that he had with his Playboys and, like, look at an actual one.
You're like, no, I like to work.
No, I want to wear Lara Croft. It's dumb as shit.
No, I want Lara Croft.
Yeah,
I like that.
that's how kids are, though, like, you know.
Once you did it, it was like achievement unlocked.
you're
Lara
like-
Croft naked.
And you're like, well, I'm going to sleep.
Yes! Life complete. Yes, I did it. No, you'd be like calling your friends or like whatever and they're not there. You know, back in the day we didn't have social media and shit, so you'd be telling, I did it, I swear. And they're like, no, you didn't. No, you fucking liar.
Or like when you would go to their house and like, are they here? And they're like, no. And they're like, okay, I guess I'll come back hours later or tomorrow.
That's like
You know, because you couldn't text them or anything.
what kids nowadays don't have that I told my daughter, because my daughter's always like coming in and it's like, yep, just finished like season fucking 16 of Sailor Moon. Like, are you fucking serious, bro? Like, when I was a kid, we needed to fucking wait for that shit.
Yeah.
And we would watch it, and then, like, the next day, it's like, oh, I can't wait with the next episode. And it was all the way to the beginning. You're like, fuck.
If you weren't there to watch the new episode, it's like, good luck trying to
But
catch
sometimes
it
they
later.
would, like, bring it back to the beginning because they didn't have the new ones, I guess.
Yeah.
And they'd be like, you fucking serious? And then you're like, I'm gonna go out and play. Now they don't have that. Now they can just fucking watch whatever
Binge
the
it.
fuck they want.
Yeah.
Like, they've seen Dragon Ball Z like a billion times. And I remember barely like I don't want to watch it now. I'm like, it's boring, man. A lot of like establishing shots and shit. And
Yeah, like
flashbacks.
it's like the entire episode just them staring down.
And then they go to the flashback. It's like fucking flashback. I don't fucking care.
Goku glowing for 30 minutes.
Or like, I wonder who Bulma is, and then they show fucking Bulma like shopping and shit, and you're like, what? Here's the shit.
Bulma doing her taxes.
She's all,
Because that's how it was in like Super Campeones too.
which one's Super Campeones?
Oh, the soccer one.
Yeah, okay.
But like, he would be ready to like fucking shoot it, and then whoosh, and it would just be that shot of him with the fucking
Oh, yeah,
leg
and
in
then
it.
it would.
And then it's like
audience
going to
cut to tape.
flashback. Whoosh, when I was a kid. And you're like, no!
Oh my god.
Just shoot the ball!
I heard of that show. I never actually watched it, but I knew how.
Well, he would shoot the
dramatic.
ball, and then
Yeah.
you would see the goalie like get it, whoosh, and you're like, all
Then
that
the
shit
lights.
for nothing? Yeah. Or when it hits like the post, the whoosh, and then you see it
it's
going
like
to the
the-
sun. And shh.
I like the cutscenes of their eyes. They're like,
They always used to hit this kid in the show called Bruce in the face. So like when was like, and then you like the silly fucking face with the like
oh yeah.
with the big tear and shit. I was like, that's why I always like Ranma, because Ranma was like a little bit more like faster. It was like 20-minute episodes and shit.
See, I knew about that one too, but I never saw it. They would change. You change into a girl when the water hit him,
Yeah,
right? Something like that.
because he fell into a pond where a girl drowned.
Oh, wow.
So the dad would change into a panda because he fell into a pond where a panda died. So everybody that
Damn.
changed into something, it was because somebody died in that pond. So the one that changed like into a little pig, it was like a little fucking
Did you
pig.
watch that show?
No, I never knew.
Yeah, I just never knew why, but wow. Now
You should watch it now because it is very adult. Not like very like, but it is like more adult than like you think.
They still making it?
No, but they do have all the, but it's pretty good. Like that one holds up, I think, because there's not a lot of like establishing shit and
Forget
flashbacks.
RuPaul. We're gonna watch it on
Forget Dragula.
adult.
No, Rama one half is pretty good. You should watch that one. But because I'm not into anime now, like my daughter's the one that's super into fucking anime, and I'm just like, I can't. Like, it's just they're just like it takes very long to get to a point,
To establish.
and I don't have the fucking patience anymore.
And I love cartoons, but sometimes they can get a little.
Yeah, we don't even watch that much TV. Huh?
No, we don't watch too much TV.
And
As
movies, just X-Men.
Just
Just
the X-Men
the
movies. No.
X-Men movies.
No, we love movies. What did we see recently?
Most recently we watched what? Eternals, and then we watched.
Eternals was great. I
We're gonna
love
have a
Eternals.
review of it.
We watched something else, right? Antlers.
Antlers, that was a good one too.
You know what we watched
We
the
really
last
liked
time
Antlers.
that we're gonna review? Karen.
Karen.
Which is that one?
Which was that?
It's a fucking movie about a Karen.
Oh god.
They did it like a horror movie.
Oh my god, really?
Have you seen, or
So-
do you know,
Is it like an indie movie?
Orange is the New Black?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know Pensataki?
Yes.
No. But he,
It's like the skinny.
The
little
one that's like a drug
addict-y
addict.
kind of-
The one that's like always. You
long
feel
brown-
bad for her. Like
long
after a
brown
while,
hair, yeah.
she gets raped, right? She gets raped by
think so.
one of the guards.
she's
Yeah.
the Karen. The Karen.
She's Karen?
She's Karen.
Oh, wow. Is this like an indie movie?
Is this on Netflix?
I mean, I feel like she's there, so I don't even know if it's indie. It's no. Where did I see
Like
it?
a Netflix movie?
Shudder?
It's not on Netflix.
It's not on Shudder?
Maybe, but it's they put it on the trailer like it's a horror movie, and when you watch it, it's more like Get Out, like it wants to have like a social. But you know how like Karens are, it's exactly that. Like the premise is like a black family moves to the front of her house, and she just starts putting cameras and shit. Like she just starts being like immediately super racist and
Is it like supposed to look campy or funny or comedy-ish?
No, it's more cringy.
Cringy. Oh, wow.
I would say that like that movie, you're just fucking cringing the whole. You're like, what are you doing?
Because you know it's like there's people like that, so you're just like, oh.
Yeah, exactly. Because there is. It's just like the worst of the worst. But there's a part. I'm just gonna spoil this part. Like it's really not that bad. I mean, it is really bad, but it's not that bad of a spoiler. But she's in the party with the housewarming party with the black family, and they're all black people. And it's when the George Floyd just had just happened. So they're talking about it, and one of the girls feels like Black Lives Matter. You know, like they're just trying to
explain it.
Yeah, no, they're trying to between each other, not with her. They're just trying to like feel how is it like empowered between them, each other, whatever. So she goes like Black Lives Matter, like sister or whatever, and then she goes like don't all lives matter.
Oh, that whole thing.
And then you're like, oh, you're fucking stupid. And then like they start getting like really aggravated, and then she says, like you guys need to move on. Like it was a long time ago, like when the slavery happened. Like you just need to move on. So it just gets more cringy and cringy.
When did this come out?
Like this year.
Imagine if they're talking about George
Floyd.
Oh,
yeah.
But then she says, when you're just like holding on and you're just like, are you fucking serious? And then she goes like, if you don't like it here, why don't you just go back? And then they're like, what the fuck? And then they go like, go back where? And she's like, Africa.
Those movies like.
And you're like, no, you fucking dumbass. Like,
oh my god.
And that's not even.
How does it end? Like.
You want me to tell you the ending?
No.
You should watch it.
Yeah, I guess we'll watch it.
You should watch it. Cause
it sounds crazy.
Because look, Karen's brother is a cop. So at the very least, is an interesting watch. But you're gonna be cringing like the whole fucking.
Well, this would never happen on X-Men.
I mean, it could. It could because they are getting shunned for.
True.
So, but this is just. You're just like, because I feel like in X-Men when they do, I'm not bringing them back. When they're trying to like hide their powers, and then like all of a sudden they come out and like everybody fucking hates them
like
and shit.
Bobby's mom was kind of a Karen.
Oh yeah, she really
Iceman.
was.
Iceman.
Yeah.
So you see?
Yeah.
No, but you have to watch Karen. It's just so cringe. I've never watched something where I was like, just like, no, don't do it. Like, it was like, because I thought it was gonna be a horror movie. Like I literally thought it was gonna be more like, oh, Karen's gonna just kill the black people or some shit.
Oh my god.
But it's. And I was like, is that Vincent talking? I was like, what the fuck is she doing? She was doing so good. It's not a bad movie, but it's just so cringy that you don't even want to like recommend it to like other people. Like, hey, watch Karen, it's awesome.
You're like, I'm having a hard time trying to plug it right now.
It is, but we're gonna review it, and we have like different. Our gimmick is that everything's called something trap.
Oh yeah.
So pop trap, unbox trap.
Oh, I like that. I do that a lot too with my stuff. I'm like fish
trap.
or cat, or like I'll do play on
You just
words
put
with the
something
name.
on the,
Yeah,
on the
I
fish.
like that.
So
what is this called?
the ones where a movie shit is trash trap.
Trash trap.
So you already know it's shit.
Spoiler. Okay, I like that.
I started it when the Selena fucking
TV
show came out. I was so fucking pissed.
Oh, wow.
I felt like it was so disrespectful to like Mexicans
We
and their
never even
memory.
watched that. It was like on the list, but we never.
I always
got
hear
to
that
it.
her family's kind of.
No, but it's because they made the series like so happy, go lucky and whatever, and her life wasn't.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is bullshit. And then like, you could see that they're wearing fucking wigs. like literally
Like it just looks like a hat.
But like Party City wigs, like fucking like it was horrible. And then
you're like, shut the wig.
And then she was playing herself when she's like older and teenager, and you're like, what are they doing? Like, oh, she's different when she's a kid, but everything. It was just fucking... And I was mad while on my review. I'm like throwing shit. Fuck this! I was mad with that one and I was mad with...
So we shouldn't watch it then?
No.
Okay.
Like, watch it to hate it.
Not even. It's just
Does Yolanda come out at all?
I think she does, but I didn't watch like
season 2.
I didn't
Oh,
watch
there's already
that shit.
season 2.
But did you ever see when Yolanda was like, they said that she's getting out right next year, I think.
I heard of, yeah.
2024.
But it says that like, can somebody give her like Bad Bunny's number so that she can be the fucking manager to Bad Bunny because they want to like kill him or
They
whatever.
want him dead.
Ouch.
El perro era muerto.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's a...
he beat Dead Bunny.
Dead Bunny. Aw.
You know how J Balvin is getting canceled, right?
Is it
Who?
really?
J Balvin?
J
what?
Balvin,
For
because he
what?
did that fucking video where he's treating girls like dogs or whatever. It's called Perra. And he had like black women with like fucking on leashes and shit, and they had to remove it, and he fucking like apologized and shit, but they were like,
Goddamn.
why weren't you when you were making the video?
When did this sound like a good idea?
Yeah, they were like, what the fuck? Like you were just not clear, and everybody was just saying like, no, it's cool, do
Go
it.
for it, go for
Yeah.
it.
So like J Balvin's like right now it's like falling off of people's graces.
Goddamn.
I heard he did a song for the Pokemon something.
Yeah, he did.
That's the last
I
song
was
I've
about
heard.
to say that too.
I don't even know the song.
Well, my
but-
wife used to love, but like when that shit happened, that and when the Colombia thing happened, when Colombia was like fucking like in, you know, they didn't have like electricity and all this shit like.
Oh.
And he was like, "Come on, guys, like support over here with his millions of dollars in LA and shit." It's like, be with your people, bitch.
Donate.
So like,
Be out there helping.
it kind of felt like not that cool. It went downers. It went from X-Men to
I know I went from that to
Kara
that.
to
It's very like, you got a lot
Dead
of topics.
Bunnies.
You got a lot of topics.
Hey, that's how it is.
I'm all come for the drag, but stay for the content.
No, that's how it is here at the Nitro. Like we always fucking just deviate.
Tangents.
And-
It happens.
because I want it to be more of a conversation between us.
And that's interesting too, because then you
Yeah.
don't want it to be like this, you know? Like,
By the book.
it deviates, I like that.
Yeah.
Well, I like that more. Like when I watch, like let's say Conan or whatever. Well, she's not on anymore. But when I used to watch Conan or whatever, I really like more of when they're just fucking talking about whatever or laughing about it instead of just like, so what's your movie about? What's your next
Oh, that's
project?
true. That's true.
So like I don't fucking like that. I'm like, that's why I think that's why what's his name is so fucking successful in the radio. What's his name? No, I'm fucking forgetting his name. It's so stupid. Private Parts. What's his name?
Oh,
Stern.
Rob. Yeah.
Rob?
Stern. No.
Stern, right? Is Howard Stern?
Howard.
Howard Stern.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rob.
Howard the
Like,
Duck?
Like,
Fucking
Rob.
Rob Kardashian.
Rob Credit.
I didn't even know he had a radio show, so he still has a radio show?
Yeah,
Yeah, for
Howard Stern.
fucking
is never,
decades,
and
yeah.
he's super problematic, but like you know what? People don't give a shit anymore because they just know how he.
But it's just that guy.
He's just a.
He had
fucking-
that movie, a long time.
Yeah, Private Parts is like a fucking.
I remember seeing that as a kid too, and I was like,
Why the fuck
more.
are we watching that?
I thought as a kid, I
And he
didn't
doesn't
see
look
it
bad
all.
there too, and I'd be like, oh wow.
Or like the People versus Larry Flint. I saw it when I was a kid too. I was like, what the fuck is this?
You know what movie kind of messed me up as a kid was...
Boogie Nights. I'm just kidding.
Oh, I always wanted to see that as a kid. No. They showed me Interview with the Vampire as a kid. I don't know,
yeah,
that just always stayed with me, and I was like... And I'm a big fan of that series.
That's pretty sexy though. Like Interview with the
Yeah.
Vampire is one of the sexiest vampire movies. That Queen of the Damned. All the Anne Rice basically.
Yeah, dude.
But Interview, it's so fucking funny because we brought up Interview with the Vampire with our last guest.
Oh, that's crazy. Yeah. And I love Anne Rice. I love the books. I love it. And that movie, they showed it to me, and I was like, hey, when it came out in 1990 or whatever.
Well, Vampire Lestat is a, he's probably the sexiest of all the
Yeah.
vampires.
Yeah.
So
True. Queen of the Damned kind of sucked, but
it's not that bad. I think
It's
there's
like-
way worse now.
yeah. Oh, that's true. The soundtrack was pretty good. The score.
soundtrack
The
was
was
good,
soundtrack
yeah.
is
With
amazing.
Korn and,
The
like,
score and the
fucking-
soundtrack.
And then
Deftones.
now they're
Yeah.
doing Interview with the Vampire, but I don't know if you heard about. They're doing like episodes now. It's like a series.
Oh really?
Yeah,
So
like
they're
a
filming and they already cast
vampire
like all.
series.
It's not Tom
Really?
Cruise anymore.
No,
Fucking
it's
Brad Pitt.
I
Hey, Brad
I
Pitt's so
doubt they
fucking-
would come out on it.
They're
but-
old, huh?
Yeah.
Brad
But it
Pitt
looks
doesn't
good.
look bad.
Vampires don't age right.
Brad Pitt looks fucking.
Still now?
My wife is always like, I think you're gay. I'm like, no, I just like how they look. What the fuck?
It's like
Like we were
Not
talking about, right? Like that guy.
Because in once upon a time in Hollywood, when he's in the rooftop, like with he doesn't have a shirt on. Like when he came out, like I was like, damn, look at that hot guy right there. And then
I haven't seen anything recent.
Are you serious?
She's all like,
it's like just because I like a man doesn't mean I'm gonna fuck him.
insane.
Valid. That's valid.
Yeah, it's true, man.
Yeah.
I can appreciate the beauty, and I don't have
there
to
you go.
fucking.
Beauty is beauty, right?
But I've always said, cause like my cousin and me always play around.
Yeah.
But he's always telling me like, if Brad Pitt fucking asked you to suck his dick, would you do it? I was like, fuck yeah. He's like, what? Like, but you're not gay. I was like, no, I'm not. But for the story, imagine, bro. Imagine. I would be going around like, have you sucked fucking Brad Pitt's dick? No, but I did.
I sucked Brad Pitt's dick.
That's interesting.
What? Bro, it's like, why you, bro? Are you serious? How was it? Look at the pictures. How was
Look at the pictures.
He was fucking, oh man, I wish it was me, bro. Come on, man.
I
Like,
like
it's,
that, I like
it's a
that.
fucking story.
I like that it's Brad Pitt.
It tasted like honey and cream. I'm just kidding.
It's always Brad.
It tastes like the sequel.
It's always Brad
Vanilla.
Pitt. Because they're like, for how much? For nothing, bro. Free, bro. Let's fucking do it already. Where is he?
Point him out.
Tasted like money.
What has he done? What is the
Like
last?
money.
Tastes like money. Oh, what is the last movie he's done?
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood was the last one I know that he
Yeah, I don't
for
know.
sure did. But I like
in
how
Deadpool,
he
no?
looks and Jason Statham. He was in Deadpool for like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Jason Statham is like too like I'm always like, oh, he's a good looking man. But
The bald dude, right?
yeah, for the transporter and shit.
Oh, yeah, he's very handsome.
And my cousins, it's always Ryan Reynolds. So I was like, oh,
Ryan Reynolds.
Oh, he even like watches all the commercials. He's just like, you've already seen this commercial. Shut up! He's talking.
He's talking.
And, like, there was a lot of X-Men references in Deadpool with Ryan Reynolds.
Cause that's a thing that I don't fucking like, that I was gonna say, because like girls can say other girls are like fucking beautiful
True.
and shit, and but when a guy says that they're all of a sudden gay and shit, I'm like, come on, man. Like,
2021. Let's get with the times.
That's
Let's
all,
just-
yeah.
let's
That
just
is
all
true.
do
A
it.
guy can be hot. You
Yeah.
have to want to sleep with him.
Yeah, it doesn't mean shit, man. It's like if I look at a painting and it's a beautiful girl in the painting, it doesn't mean like, oh, I want to go fuck the girl in the painting.
True.
It's just like it's a fucking painting, you know.
Yeah.
That's what I like about X-Men.
No, that is very true because there's like a lot of like pressure on men not to say stuff like that. You know, like
Yeah.
it's always frowned upon.
The toxic
You know?
masculinity.
Especially
shit,
with like
so.
straight men, it's very like don't. You know, you can't.
I don't
say
believe.
stuff.
Look, I don't believe
man,
in.
you're gay.
Yeah, I don't believe in that, and I don't believe like I mean in those fucking stigma, and I don't believe in guilty pleasures. Because they always tell me like, what's a guilty pleasure?
Yeah, I think I said that to him. Like, I hate that word, guilty pleasure.
I was like,
Because
no.
that means you're ashamed of it.
But I'm like, if I fucking like it, I like it, bro.
Yeah.
Like, cause
What is
like,
your guilty pleasure? You have a guilty
I don't have a fucking guilty pleasure, but yeah, like I mean, I do listen still like to the Backstreet Boys and Sync and shit like that, you know. But I'm not fucking ashamed of it because like if a guy goes like, "The fuck are you doing?" or whatever, I'd be like, well, if you don't fucking like it, like you can get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, fuck off.
Why are you in my car to begin with? You know?
Yeah, like it's just like you don't.
Why are you in my bed?
Why does it have to be like that? Yeah, why do we have to be fucking guilty for what
True,
we
that
like?
is very true. Yeah,
that is true.
And when you don't want to share something like what kind of porn you watch, you just don't fucking share it. You know,
Yeah.
like
True.
it doesn't have to be guilty. It's just like, well, you know what, it's something
Because it
weird.
puts a
maybe.
shame on you, and it's like, why do we need that shame? Like,
Exactly, and that's what I like about like drag, especially bringing it back all the way to.
All the
fucking-
By the way,
Yeah.
about drag.
like, what about X-Men?
it's like we had more topics than The View. It's like it's
Yeah.
more. We should need a reality show.
Who's Whoopi? I'm not
Who's
Whoopi.
I'm Whoopi. I love Whoopi. I love her.
Who's Barbara?
It's like I'm just not any of the white ladies. I'm not.
Right.
I'm not them.
That blonde one, whatever. McCain.
Elizabeth Hasselbeck?
the other one, yeah.
Rosie.
Wasn't there McCain?
The other one. What's the other one?
Piro?
No, the McCain girl.
Oh,
Yeah, the
Megan McCain?
There you go.
Yeah, she's fucking,
She's fucking
crazy.
I love watching clips of that show, but just where they're fighting.
Yeah.
What am I doing? Like, why am I watching 10 minutes of this?
So, Whoopi walked out on one. No, he's like,
Yeah.
oh, fuck this.
They
I'm
call
not
each
gonna
other
do this
bad.
fucking show when they had like Alex Jones or whatever on the show, and Alex Jones, I was like, why would they fucking bring Alex Jones to a show of all women? And then like, no.
But you know that's the producers.
Yeah, that's like
Paul.
we want, drama.
Yeah, they just want that shit. That's what they fucking do.
Wait, so that's what you love about drag? Or what were you saying?
Oh yeah, what about drag?
Yeah, that like it represents like all these, because that was another thing. Like, is it like is it drag if a girl is doing it? Is it, you know, that it's always that fucking, and everybody, no, you have to be a man dressed like a woman. And like you said yourself, you're like, well, you know, you're not really dressing like a female.
Or even male, or I don't know, human. I'm not even human. I don't know.
Yeah, it's more like of an alien entity, like kind of like Pennywise, right?
True.
So I like that, you know, like that it's more about putting your artistic self out there instead of fucking.
And those are always like the best shows, the funner shows, when it's not like your cast of normal.
The normies.
Of normal performers, you know, when you got a mix of everything, it's like everyone is.
We're all weird. If you want to show it or not, like that's your thing, you know. So I do think that all of us have some kind of weirdness or some kind of something that we don't show.
True.
And I feel like with drag, you guys show it.
Put it on stage.
Like maybe I show it, you know, when I do my show here, or how I write my music, or how I want to do my little movies or whatever. That's how I show it. You know?
And I think that's the people I respect the most and want to be with, when they're not afraid to show that side, because it's like that's like the best part. You know, like, you know, I know some people where it's like they don't show that, but then they don't show it in public or Instagram or anything, but you know who they are deep down, and you're like, man, like that's a cool part of it.
Well, if you don't like it, like let's say somebody doesn't like drag, all they have to do is not watch it, or not go support it, or not, you know. Yeah. But they don't have to fucking show up at the show and be like with fucking.
True.
Like, that's what I don't fucking like, and that's what.
I did a show like that at UTEP, and they said that there was these protesters that came specifically for that, but I think I found out that they were there already like a week before. No, they didn't go near the show.
Yeah, but still, it was kind of.
Yeah, it was kind of scary. It was a little not scary. It was just not.
I mean, it should be scary though, because you don't know what these people are fucking capable of, especially if they're like willing to get out of their house to go specifically do something like that, like just go and spread hate of something that you don't like. Yeah, like, that's why I do like the whole Satanism movement and shit. Not because I believe in Satan, but because the whole temple of Satan is believe in yourself, not believe in God.
Yeah,
so they're not really Satanists. They're just saying, well, if there's religious freedom, then you should respect us too. And they don't, because like Christians are like, that's the devil, and they're like, well, it doesn't matter. You're saying there's religious freedom. Why don't you leave me alone?
That's true though.
So that's why I support like the whole Satan, not because I believe in Satan and shit. I'm like doing rituals and shit.
Right here, that's why we set up this little.
Yeah, like a dead goat right here, just.
Yeah, it's not really a dead bunny. Oh, dead bunny. Back, guys.
You brought it back.
Back to that. Yeah, back to
that's the one that you don't want to talk about.
No, not the dead bunny.
No, not the dead bunny. No, I feel like he's doing fine. So, not canceled yet.
He'll be good.
He has millions of dollars.
Right.
So even if he goes down, he has a lot of fucking money. So
true.
No worries with that. So bringing it back to X-Men.
The topic at hand.
No, I'm just kidding. So let's end it around here, because I know we've been at it for a while.
How long? We don't know.
We don't know. It's probably a lot.
But it was good. It was good. I think
no.
Was there anything else maybe that you needed to tell me? Ask me.
Right. Not on camera. No. But we will. We're gonna see you more often too. Not just, you know, in drag and stuff. You don't need to do this every single time. I did feel that you needed to come like this for this one at least
first,
because this is our us unveiling you to the audience, our audience, because you're already out there. So
true.
People already know who you are. But to our audience, I wanted to show another, you know, another person that I was really interested in having here. So thank you for coming,
and thank you for inviting me too. Thank you guys for watching. Everybody, thank you.
I hope you guys have fun.
It. I did. It was good. It was good.
I hope it didn't disappoint.
One sec.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, there you go. So you see, he remembered it.
I remembered. And then I brought this for you guys for just a thank you. How narcissistic I picture me.
That's awesome though. Like, we can put it up here and it'll be cool as shit. Hell yeah! Let me see it. We can put it with the other prints that Juan brought. Juan Ornelas. We always mention him. He's like our #1 fan.
Familiar.
Really?
He does that pop art where
Go
like
on.
he changes fucking Like he did Popeye, but with Sailor Moon's fucking
I think I've seen
body
this
and
stuff.
stuff.
Yeah.
Or Superman with like the Mario.
Yeah, okay, I think I know who that is.
So we have some prints of him. So thank you. It's awesome. Thank you for joining us again. If you want to plug your social media and stuff before we go,
Fish the Clown.
that's
Anyway,
it. At everything.
At everything.
Do you want to plug something of yours?
Sure. You can follow me at Saterbones on Instagram.
Awesome.
Sater.bones on Instagram.
So we'll put it right there so that everybody can just fucking check it out. And I'll put the links in the description for sure. And thank you guys for watching. Remember, follow us at Nitro Podcast on all social media. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all that shit. Remember to go subscribe. Click the fucking bell if you want some notifications. Just make sure that you have it like on all notifications so that it's always on every fucking Tuesday. So they already know if you have it.
Click the bell.
Tell your friends. Tell your friends. And we'll see you in the next episode. Thank you guys. Later, guys.
Bye.